man showed him the instructions on the can of paint that read, "For best result, put on 2 coats." A snail goes to buy a car. The salesman is surprised when the snail picks out a fast, expensive sports car. He's even more surprised when the snail requires that a big red S be painted on both sides. "Why would you want such a thing?" asked the salesman. The snail replied, "Because I want people to say, 'Look at that S car go.'" 4 strangers traveled together in the same compartment of a European train. 2 men and 2 women faced each other. One woman was a very wealthy and sophisticated 70-year-old lady who was decked out in the finest of furs and jewelry. Next to her sat a beautiful young woman, 19 years old, who looked like something right off the cover of a fashion magazine. Across from the older lady was a very mature-looking man in his mid-40s who was highly decorated sergeant major in the army. Next to the sergeant major sat a young private fresh out of boot camp. As 4 strangers traveled, they talked and chatted about trivial things until they entered an unlit tunnel. And there they sat in complete darkness and total silence, until the sound of a distinct kiss broke the silence. Following the kiss, a loud slap could be heard throughout the cabin. In the ensuing period of silence, the 4 strangers sat quietly with their own thoughts. The older lady was thinking, "Isn't it wonderful that even in this permissive day and age, there are still young women who have had a little bit of self-respect and dignity?" The older lady was thinking, the younger woman, shaking her head and greatly puzzled, asked herself, "Why in the world would any man in his right mind want to kiss an old fossil like that when I'm sitting here?" The sergeant major, rubbing his sore face, was outraged that anyone could ever think the man of his position would try to sneak a kiss in the dark. And the private, grinning from ear to ear, was thinking, what a wonderful world this is when a private can kiss the back of his own hand and smack a sergeant major in the face and get away with it. There you go. Well, tomorrow is the day that we fly away. We're on holidays. We're going to the Dominican Republic. So we'll be gone beginning sometime in the wee hours of the morning. But tomorrow is also Remembrance Day. It's a day that is set aside with kind of a 2-pronged purpose. The first is to remember